Welcome to the Mischief. I'm Valen, and this is Simple Planes. What does this mod add? Well, you guessed it. Simple Planes. It adds single-seaters, two-seaters, whoa, autopilot, no, it doesn't do that, oh my gosh, but you can essentially just save yourself from crash landings like that relatively easily. You can see I don't even need to look where I'm driving, I'm so good. But yes, they are simple planes. You have single and two-seaters. They're very basic. Yes. I'm gonna hop out so that people don't need to see that anymore and listen to you har all day long. He was holding me hostage, I tell you. But it's really cool. It's a simple mod that adds simple planes, and I realize that that's kind of redundant, but honestly, it's just for fun, and it maintains that you do have an expense while flying at the very least. So how do you start this off? Well, you make yourself a few different things. One, you're going to probably want to look it up in a mod like JEI so that you can get the recipe really easy. But otherwise, it's made of primarily wood, and these two parts here are a propeller, which is just made with some iron, and a furnace engine, which is made with some iron, redstone, and a furnace, because that's just basically going to power it. Then you make yourself any number of the different types of planes. Now, you'll notice that there are two sets. There is the regular planes, and then there's the large versions. The large versions are two-seaters. Therefore, you can travel with things like mobs, whether they be friendly or enemy. If they are enemy, they will likely still attack you, but at the very least, you know that you can do so. And then there's the single-seaters, which are much more compact and are just meant for, well, one person to play with. So, that's pretty much all there is to offer with that. I mean, there isn't a lot more. You will need either coal or charcoal, something that will burn in a furnace, for the most part, and then you just need to get in your plane itself and then take off. Now, you don't actually need a massive runway. This is just for effect. So in this case, let's go with, this is a jungle wood plane, I believe. If I click on here, I am in it. Because I'm in creative mode, it automatically starts up by itself. If I am not, then it will not. So let me actually change that. All right, there we go. I'm now in survival. Hopefully they won't shoot me. I see you looking at me over there. Just giving me those eyebrows. But if I dismount from this and go into a different plane, let's go to one that's a little further away from them. I don't want to get shot by crossbows. But if I get into a plane, it will not move short of turning. So right now I'm pressing forward, nothing happens. Left and right, it will allow me to actually turn the plane, but that's about it. Uh-oh. I see my time here is limited. So you take your coal and you click it in the furnace and then you just press forward and that's it. You can press F5 if you want a much better view of where you're going. And then you can just use the keyboard. If you use your mouse button, all you're doing is turning around in here. And you definitely want to keep going. What you can do to maintain that you are able to continue flying is just hold down the right mouse button on your stack of coal, and you'll constantly keep feeding it into your plane as needed, which currently the defaults is set for, I think, 600 ticks, which, you know, that's not too bad. I mean, it's a short price for it. Now, if you run into problems and you just let off the forward motion button, you will crash, but it's all right. Your plane will survive unless you land in water, of course, and you can just continue on. So if you let off the forward motion key, in this case W, then let's buzz the tower. You will start to lose altitude quickly. So if you really want to maintain a certain altitude, then you're going to want to probably like tap it a little bit here and there. It's a really simple mechanic. You don't use the spacebar at all. A lot of people think that you do that to gain altitude. In this case, it's forward motion based. So you only go up while you're going forward. And I just ran out of fuel, so I need to click it in there because I was not holding down the right mouse button to constantly keep feeding fuel every few seconds. Now, let's actually get down here a little bit safer. All right. So if you run out of fuel, let's back up over here so you can see. Right now, there is fuel in there. It is running. I'm not being shot by dudes. And there's a little smoke coming from inside. If you start getting low, there you go, it will start having little particles at the front. It's a little more difficult to see when you're traveling in the air, but that is kind of like a notifier. Thankfully, all you really need to do is just have the coal or charcoal in your hand and just right-click it while you're in the seat. So if I just click in here and I just press the button, I instantly am fueled up and ready to go. You don't have to have Any concern about running into things? I think maybe cacti might still hurt you. I don't know. Let's find out. Yep, there it goes. And your plane is destroyed. But it dropped. Thankfully, it did not land on the cactus itself. And the same thing will kind of happen if you land in water. But you can always just break it with a sword, just like a boat. And you grab back into it. See if I can actually click on here. Aim for the water. And let's fuel it up. And we'll just drop into the water. And you can see that it's not really a boat that floats. But it doesn't, like, pop into non-existence like it did for the cactus. It actually stays drowned at the bottom, which you can then, you know, just use some kind of weapon to harvest it, and then you can pick it up and take it with you. Obviously, you can do other things as well. And you can take off from very small areas. Like, you see how close I am to the water right here. Let's feed it a bit of coal. And I'm instantly already flying a little bit. Now, I think that if you're playing on a server, you're probably going to have permission to fly turned on. But otherwise, you should be good to go. No, don't do it. No, leave me alone. These are my planes. I made them. You don't get them. Anyway. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little bit by bit on simple planes. If so, be sure to give a like, a comment, a subscribe. And as always, be sure to stop by on Twitch. Come visit us and help spread the mischief to others. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye. Welcome to the Mischief. I'm Valen, and this is an arrow in my neck.